guys, it's been a little bit. It's been like a week and a half since I've posted because, well, let's face it, it's been the holidays here in Florida. And yeah, I've been super busy with the family and all of that stuff. But I'm back. I'm here. Gonna be putting up some videos and all that stuff. Now, this video is like a kind of like a glam, a cool glam look. If you guys like this look, go ahead and stick around, and I will be barefaced in 3, 2, 1. All right, so completely no makeup, and everything's gone away, and here I am. So today we're going to be working on a little bit of a glam look for the holidays. And I can't stress enough, when you are putting on makeup, even though this may sound very strange, you want to cleanse your face before you put on the makeup, and then you want to make sure your face is very hydrated. Today I'm using the water cream by Tatcha, and I've really been enjoying this, and it like sinks into your skin. But it is just as important as maybe a primer and things like that to nourish your skin. Moving on to a primer, I want to go with an illuminating primer today, but this is a primer I've never used. It is by Rodale. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I really do love these products. They're cruelty-free and they're really, really good. This is the Soft Focus Glow Drops Illuminating Ultimate Glow Primer. This is what the unicarton looks like. And we're going to go ahead and open it up. And this is what the actual bottle itself looks like. Really beautiful packaging. So we're just going to go ahead and put a little bit on. I'm not really sure how much. And of course, if this was a product that you use on clients, you don't do all this kind of mess, okay? You want to stick with the cleansing. Stay very clean, hygienic, and things like that. Let's go ahead and rub this in. Smells really nice. Now, I don't expect this to do any blurring or anything like that because it's considered an illuminating primer, which means it's going to give me a nice glow. And while that is soaking in, I'm going to go ahead and put my little hair clips in. Now I know they make me look super, super gorgeous and very glamorous, so I can't miss out on those. We want to get this hair out of the way, and also clips also help you get right up next to your hairline, especially if you're doing like some people who self-tan and they only self-tan to here, and so you don't want to have any kind of gap between here because you will be able to see that you have self-tanned. This is very soft. My face feels very nourished. So yeah, that feels really, really nice. Now my skin feels very soft and supple. It feels very moisturized. And yeah, I really like how that feels. It feels really good. So I have 2 colors in the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Face Tape. I technically have 3 colors, but the other color is way off base for me. So I'm not really sure which one of these is going to work. I did pick up this little one, which I think is a great value because it doesn't really take a whole lot. So yeah, I grabbed it, and I really like that they have smaller versions because you can try out a significant amount of product without having to buy the larger one. And you know, at certain places like Ulta, you can always return it if the shade is not right. I tend to just mix a mixing agent into it to where it just is darker or lighter, however I need. But if you are not good at that, you can always try out these smaller versions first, which I really like. I'm going to go ahead and try this one. This was in the 29 in light, medium, neutral. I think it's a little bit darker than the other one. We'll give it a shot and see where it goes. Remember, clean hands. This one may be a good color match for me. So let's go ahead. And this is the Miracle Blender by Real Techniques. I've been trying it out. You can see it's like memory foam. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get going. And you really want to press this into the skin. Okay. When pressing this into the skin, you want to make sure that you're getting all the areas. Now after I have finished blending out, which it does blend out beautifully, and I'm really loving this sponge. And as I suspected, the Rodeo Glow Drops definitely leaves your skin glowing. Now, if you want something pore minimizing, this is not what you're going to want to go with. But if you want that beautiful glow, even though I have foundation over it, you can still see that my skin has a very nice, healthy glow. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and grab our Too Faced Conceal and Contour Highlight and Retouch Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. This is in the shade Nude. I have 3 shades here, and I believe I'm going to start, and this is the one I'm going to start with if I decide to move further. Yeah, we're just going to go with it. I'm going to go ahead and just add some of this right here. We are going for a full coverage look, but I always like to start with less, kind of like less is more. And I'm switching the ends for right now, and I'm going to go ahead and just tap through this. It just blends in so beautifully and so well, and that is such a good match to this foundation. I let my inner corners set just a teeny bit longer because I want it to kind of thicken up just ever so slightly. Now I'm taking this side and just kind of patting it to make sure it's all worked in. And now we're going to go ahead and blend the inner corners. This is where we use a medium to soft touch because we want to keep that concealing portion. We want to go ahead and try to conceal as much as possible without using a whole lot of product. And as it fades down, I'm going to go ahead and just push it into the skin a little bit and blend in. That blended beautifully. Of course, I actually am a huge fan of these concealers because I feel like they work so super well. And they just do exactly what I want them to do. That's why I have 3 shades of them. Now, not always are you going to cover every single itty bitty flaw that you have. And remember, flaws are just like personality for your face, okay? So don't think of them really, I think flaws are a bad terminology for it. So maybe we'll just go with your uniqueness. I have multiple uniquenesses. I have freckles, I have hyperpigmentation, which is essentially freckles, just different, a little different. And I have dark circles, and I'm not 20 anymore, if you guys didn't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys probably guessed that I'm not 20 anymore since I have children that are older. Not older, but they're teens, and I have a little one. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Too Faced Multi-Purpose Sculpting Concealer again, but this is in the shade Swan. This is a very light shade, so I'm going to use it extremely sparingly. And I'm just going to dot it at the darkest points. Right here, there, right there, and right there. Okay? Just having a few dots, and I'm going to let them sit just for a few moments, and then I'm going to start to blend. All right, now we're going to go ahead and start to blend with the first side we laid down. I'm taking the pointed side and just going ahead and going over the eyelid a little bit, lightly, and just opening up that eye. Like that. Just adds a little bit more brightness right directly in that area. You don't have to put it all over your under eye just to get the brightness you want. See how nice that is? Without looking like that super, super, super bright white concealer with the square and all of this stuff, okay? If you do that and enjoy that, go ahead, keep going. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just here to help you along. Because you have added this stuff, you want to be very careful when you're setting it down, but we're not going to set it down yet. We're actually going to use cream contour. I know it's very strange for me to use a cream contour. However, I figured since we're going full glam, or maybe not full glam, but like party glam, that we want to go ahead and just use some cream contour. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in Toast. I love this because it has the little brush on the end of it. Again, if you are a makeup artist and you are doing a client, I would definitely not suggest using the actual brush. And go ahead and just go right here. We're not going to do too much. Right there. Because remember, things do blend out. Okay. We're concealing what we want concealed. Remember, when you are contouring, keep your face straight and contour out what you want contoured out. People will tell you all the time, boy, this is very pretty look right here. People will tell you all the time, oh, there's a new way to contour. No, there's not a new way to contour. There's not a new way to contour. It is simply what you need to do to contour your face. Don't go about and do exactly what everybody else is doing, because that's not your face shape. My face is not shaped like everybody else. And, you know, it's just, there's always something new or a new way of doing something, but you don't have to. The reason why I did what I did, and I'll explain, is my cheekbones, I want them to be more prominent. Now, I do have prominent cheekbones anyways. Even without the highlight, even without the contour, you can actually see my cheekbones. They're very angular. But I just wanted to lift them up some. Here, I have some slight droopage here. I mean, I'm not 20 anymore, so yeah. I'm contouring that. Contouring the edges of my chin to make sure that is prominent. And coming around here. I did this to help bring forward my lips. You'll see I will also highlight this area right here, because it brings it forward. Underneath the lips, same reason. And you just softly blend it out. You do not need a heavy contour just to have a heavy contour. And when you blend, blend up and directly where you're blending. Do not, absolutely do not blend down. That will defeat the purpose of what you're doing. The only time you blend down is when you're doing your chin, and I'll show you how to do that. Start the chin and jawline. Just going ahead. Remember, I angled it higher because there were areas that I wanted to sculpt out. Now, this is the only time you blend down because you're offering a shadow to your blend. That's what contour does. It reshapes your face. Now, the way I contour my face is most likely not going to be the way you contour your own face. Remember that. Just because someone says, oh, this is the new technique of contouring, don't fall for it, because if it's not your face shape, chances are you're going to look really weird, or it's going to not be flattering. Now, you might do it and you might really love it and it might look really cute and all that stuff. But yeah, don't be fooled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same one that has some slight foundation left on it, and we're just going to go right over it so it blends. Remember, blending is very important. You want your contour to be a shadow, not a big line that is on your face. See how that has nice shadow and it's changed the way my face is a little bit? Kind of brought it up some. That's what you want to look for. And I'm going right over this to help it blend in much better. Remember, I always add more because I'm on camera. In real life, not so much. Ooh, my hair is trying to get stuck in it. It's rogue hair. And again, I'm with this side. I'm really loving this blender. Now that everything is nice and blended in, we are going to go ahead and set this down. We are going to be using the Fenty Pro Filter setting powder in butter. And we are going to be using two things today. We're going to be using my Real Techniques powder brush. It is number 300. You guys see me use this all the time. This is my holy grail under eye and setting down brush. And then we're going to be using the same miracle sponge that we've been using by Real Techniques. You'll see why we're going to do this. First, we're going to go ahead and open up the Fenty. And this stuff, I love it, but it does kind of go everywhere when I open it. It's like, so I have to be really careful. It's already all over the place. And I'm going to go ahead and dump some right in here, okay, just so it's on hands. Now, the most important way to set down your eyes, under eyes, and other areas to keep from creasing, and we're going to do this, we are going to do this in steps. Okay, first, you're going to pat down, making sure there is no creasing. You want to make sure that everything is exactly where it needs to be before you set down. Now, I choose to set down one area at a time, okay? Just so I have the opportunity to make sure each area is not creased. Because once you set that crease down, it's in there. You see what I'm saying, okay? Then I take it again and just pat, work it in. Okay. Now I'm going to go right down the bridge of my nose. Boop, boop. And that did not actually need to be de-wrinkled. Now we want to do the edges of our mouth. Do you see the difference? It's almost like I have a filter on one side of my face, which I absolutely don't because I'm moving my hand back and forth and it doesn't change. No filter. No filters here. Remember, realistic expectations. Okay? But you can see the difference, how it takes down, makes it a little bit more matte. Looks a little bit more smooth right here. That's what you want to do when setting. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and finish setting down the rest of my face. Now you can see how it comes together. I'm going to go ahead and sit this down. And we're just going to go ahead and use a nice, beautiful, fluffy brush. And this is my Heavenly Luxe. I believe it's number 14. Yes, because I always use it for this. And this is the It Cosmetics. We're going to go ahead and just dip that into the actual powder. I put it off to the side because it gets really smoky. Or real dusty. And we're going to go ahead and just set the rest of our face. Remember, paying attention to every area. After setting my face down, what I'm going to go ahead and do now is my eyebrows. I have been doing my eyebrows in a little bit different way lately, and it seems to be really working quite well. My Ultimate Brow Kit by Wet n Wild. This thing is well loved. That's why I have so many of them. It's because, I mean, I hit pan on these constantly. And I'm going to go ahead and take my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 14 brush. That's what she looks like. And I'm going to start by brushing my eyebrows down. Yes, this is different for me. I know you guys are like, wait a minute, what? This is very different. And by brushing my eyebrows down, I'm seeing the upper portion of my brows, which is like the point and the shape. And I'm just going to go ahead and lightly drag and shape my brows with the lightest color in the pan. Now, this product is definitely one of my holy grails because I constantly go back to it and use it quite frequently. As you can see, I'm manipulating the shape of my brow just by doing this, only ever so slightly, kind of following what it automatically wants to do. And hitting the brow arc right there, all with that light shade. I know, you guys are like, probably like, what's wrong with you, Leah? You always go with the dark. I know, I'm just working with this. And now I'm gonna brush it up. So by brushing it now, I automatically have the shape of my brow that I already had. It's just already drawn out, so I don't have to worry about all of that. Now I'm just gonna fill in the sparseness. This way, I save myself from really overdrawing my eyebrows too much, but still making them look nice. I'll go ahead and repeat the process on the other side of my brow. Now that the main part of my brow is done, I'm going to go ahead and kind of fill in the front just slightly using the same powder, but lightly. Filling it in. See how that gives me a little bit of extra hairs in the front? So now what I'm going to go ahead and use is my NYX brow glue. I really need to get more of this because I'm almost out. And I use this stuff like crazy. And I'm just going to start at the back side of my brows. And then work forward. But I want the most of the product in the back. I go ahead and just lightly laminate it down. See how nice and clean that looks? It just is so much easier. Now, moving on, we're gonna go ahead and work on the eyes. I have really wanted to use these and I haven't gotten around to using it. I've had them for a while. And you guys know I'm shopping my stash, so I'm going through everything that I've had and just not used because I don't want it to expire and me never have used it. That's waste. And I really want to see, like, how do you know if you like something if you don't ever use it, if it just sits in a drawer? And trust me, I have drawers full and I'm just keeping going. And as long as it's not opened, it's okay. But as soon as you crack it open, it's like done. Your timer on it starts clicking. So you need to understand that you need to be able to start using the products. This is like the Makeup Revolution, Batman, Harley, Catwoman, Joker collection. So that being said, I think these palettes are super pretty and super, like, I just really like them. This is the Joker palette. This is the Batman palette. And this is the Harley Quinn palette. These are all 9pan shadows. And they're really pretty. I mean, like, really, really pretty palettes. If you look at the color schemes and all of that, they really fit who they go to. But, I mean, so pretty. And it's really hard for me to decide which one I want to use. I'm going to start with this Real Techniques Defining Crease Brush, number 304. Notice how it has a tapered dome to it. And I'm going to go ahead and take that color to start it off. It does have these adorable little mirrors in it, which are really handy dandy. And I'm going to go right into my crease and just above. Now I'm going to move over to my Morphe blending brush, and this is one of the packs that I have no idea what the number is. I'm sorry. But I'm going over into the Joker palette. I'm going to grab this purple just to cool down the look a little bit. Only a little bit. We're going to keep this pretty light, like we're barely, like, just touching it to the skin. And we're keeping it above where we had started the crease. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my BH Cosmetics number 24. It's a big old brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the edges just a little bit more. Big floofy brushes are great for that. So now it's just blending out the edges, going over it, and blending it out. It has nothing at all on it, except whatever is picked up as I'm doing this. Blending it into the brows some, but still wanting to keep it more circular. Now, because I'm really enjoying this cool looks, I'm going to go ahead and take that blue right there in the Joker palette and just take a packing brush that is stained from another blue and start packing it on. Ooh, this is like a different consistency. It's like gel, kind of. I may have to put it on with my finger. That's really interesting. That's an interesting texture. I'm not going to bring it all the way down to my eye, my lash line. That's an interesting texture. I can't really, it's like sticky. Okay, we're just going to do this. We're going to use our fingertip and then spread it around. Holy cow, that's really pigmented. I'm just grabbing one of my long-handled sponge applicators and seeing if that's going to work in application. Hoping. I want to get into these little areas. Using that same purple that we used before, the burgundy or the purple, however you want to call it. Going over the top of that, just lightly. Okay. I wonder if all the glitters are like that. Dipping into the Harley Quinn. No. No. Oh, okay. Let's go back into the Joker palette, and I'm gonna see if, no, see, that's the only one that's like that. Okay. What I'm going to do now is gonna make or break this look, okay? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip into this chrome colored, and then this one, this other chrome colored silvers, and just kind of go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then I'm going to dust it right over the top of this, right here. And okay, that's helping. The Batman 9 color palette, I'm going to take this color and probably a little bit of this color and just dust it underneath my eyes. Not like my eyes, but like the underneath my lash line. Just to kind of tie it together, give it some look. Smoke it a little bit, you know, all that good fun stuff. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to liner. This liner is actually by a company that I have never heard before, nor have I ever used. It is Jessie's Girl, and it is actually a cosmetic company, and it is cruelty-free. That is number one important to me. And this says, by combining our all-day formula with our Japanese-made precision line applicator, Jessie's Girl has created the perfect liquid eyeliner with the ability to create lines as fine as 1 millimeter. Our super fine applicator makes it possible to apply the most precise lines for your desired look. Sounds fantastic to me. All right, let's get going. So I'm supposed to shake this a little bit. Let's shake it. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And we're going to go ahead and just add a very tight line to our upper lids. That's why I did not bring this color all the way down to my lash line. This is what the applicator looks like. Let's go ahead and get lining. If you need a liner that like flows with your actual movements, this is not going to be like that. This is a stiff liner, which is really good for people who are just learning. It's almost like using a Sharpie. If you can see, it's like really black, which is really great. Making sure to keep this very close to my lash line. I want to have that very tight line. And the tip works very well. Wow, that's a really good liner. I think I'm going to have to play with this more and like put it over in my regular stash of makeup that I use more on a daily. Because, yeah, I want to see what this thing is capable of. It's got a really good black consistency. It's really like stiff point. I mean, and it tight lines so well. Compressed. I am also using another new company for eyeliner. This is Elizabeth Mott and Smooth Shadow Eye Pencil, and I have 2 shades in here, which was really great. This is a cruelty-free brand, and the colors are Raven and Pearl. I have been looking at these, and I keep thinking, oh, I'm going to use them, and I haven't yet. And I'm like, why haven't I used these? But, yeah, they are able to be sharpened, and this is what they look like. This is Raven, and this is Pearl. Put them on the back of my hand so you can see the colors. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to go ahead and take Pearl, and I'm going to pop this chick. It's got a slight bit of glitter in it, which makes me want to just do this right here. Oh yeah, that's good. Like I'm just blending it in a little bit. I'll add another one on top of it, but that's so pretty. I really like that a lot. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely fantastic. And I think I actually want to darken up this, but I do really like the way it looked in my inner corner. I'm going to want to darken this up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my Laura Geller. This is my Laura Geller Dark Brown Kajal Longwear Eyeliner. And just kind of pop it in there. Just because I have that brown on the bottom. Yeah, that's what it needed. This goes on so smooth. If you have never used this before, use it. And it's got a little sharpener at the end. Ooh. Laura Geller thinks of like everything she does. She's the lady. She is the lady. To finish up the eyes, of course I'm going to curl my lashes. This offers an eye-opening experience. And then we are going to use a lash primer today. Now I don't often use these, however I do really love lash primers. Really have had this and I've been wanting to try it. It is the Essence Volume Booster Lash Primer. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with that. I really like the brush on this, like a lot. I'd probably really like it if it was in an actual mascara as well. Okay, let's put on the mascara. I'm going to be using the Pure Big Look mascara on top of this. Ooh, let's get some Big Look. Look at that wand. Wow, what? I want some big looking I want some big looking lashes. Come on. Bring it to me. Bring it on. It is a lengthening mascara. Okay? Lengthening. You know how I am? I'm gonna keep messing with it. Okay, okay. Now, when delving into my stash, I found this super cute little booklet of, it's got like, I mean, a shiny blush and a matte blush, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and this is by Ulta Beauty, which is a cruelty-free brand, and it is the house brand of Ulta Beauty. One of the colors, the shiny color is called Sunset Sangria, and the matte color is called Cosmopolitan. I love, love, love little, you know, when they come out with the holiday things for Ulta and they put it all together. I love those. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch these so you can see what color. Okay, this is the sparkly shade and this is the matte shade. More sparkly, kind of a peachy tone, and this is the more cooler tone, the matte. I think I'm going to use the matte because I do have a very cool toned look. That's how you can kind of decide what type of blush and stuff you want to put with your eye look, is because if your eye look is a cool eye look, you're going to want to use a more cool blush. Otherwise, you don't want to have like cool eyeshadows, warm blushes, and a warm lip or whatnot. It's just not going to balance, I guess you could say. This is my well-loved Luxie 514 brush. I have used this thing so much. And I'm going to go ahead and dip into Cosmopolitan, which is that matte shade. Woo, got some pigment. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, moving on. Okay, I'm taking my Rose Blending Brush by It Cosmetics, and I'm just going to blend in everything. Now, I know you guys are like, Leah, what about powder bronzer? Nope. Today, we're not going to do powder bronzer. We're just not. We have our contour on. We're keeping it cool, toned. And I brought the blush up here to kind of warm up my face in different areas, so it creates a flattering, cohesive look. Yep. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip back into that Batman little collection. Batman, Joker, Harley, all that. And this is the Batman Makeup Revolution highlighter. Hello, bat signal. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this. There we go. Ooh, bat signal. Calling Batman. So I'm going to go ahead and take this on one of my fan brushes. This is the Wet n Wild collection. I can't remember what it's from, but it's got like the little mermaid thing, tail at the bottom kind of look. I'm going to go ahead and take it on a fan brush, and we're going to do a light type of, we're going to lightly dust it on our tops of our cheekbones. I'm not going for a heavy highlighter because we do have a lot going on in our eyes. Sometimes it's better to just focus on one thing or the other, not everything at once, okay? Tops of the brow. We're not being glittery. We're not doing that. We're doing flattering, okay? Flattering. You don't always have to pack on the highlighter to look nice. Tips of a nose, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow. Didn't I tell you guys I was going to do that? Not just that though. I'm going to take my little pinky, dip into this, and you see those high points that I helped to contour? I'm going to further accentuate those. Just ever so slightly. Do you see how that brings your lips forward? Now, because I have glitter going on my face, and I have, glitter, because I have glitter going on my eyes, I don't want to overtake it with maybe like a brow bone highlighter that is bright, sparkly. You can always have a little bit of shimmer. You can do it really whatever you want to. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you ideas. Take the white in the Joker palette. Now this should be a stark white. I mean, it's pretty chalky white color. you want to be careful and just lightly dab into that. I'm taking my BH Cosmetics fan brush in number 6, tapping off any extra and lightly touching it to my brow bone, just to highlight it just enough. See? Same thing with the inner corner, because you know we could just hide all kinds of things up in the corners of my eyes. Moving on, this, like I said, this video is going to take forever to edit because it's so long. Like right now it's super long. But I am going to go ahead and grab my, this is my ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Curve 3, I believe it is. Curve 2, excuse me. Curvy. Not really sure. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with this. So now that we have that done, I'm going to go ahead and use this Liquid Catwalk by Wet n Wild in Peach Stole My Look. Super cute. Now this is a warmer shade, but there's a reason why I'm doing that. Now, after adding that, it does add a warmth to my lips, and it is not their matte catsuit. It is their high shine lip gloss, okay? So that added with the bordered, the darker lip liner adds a nice contrast. And now I'm going to add the gloss. That is the little Harley Quinn gloss from the same collection, the DC collection with Makeup Revolution. That is a big old applicator. Woo! Lord. Really feeling this. This is gorgeous. It says lip gloss, but it feels like a cream kind of thing. Now, this is the final look. I'm not adding any jewelry or anything like that. I just wanted to finish this up and let you guys see it just for what it is before I added any type of, like, did my hair or anything like that. I mean, my hair's brushed and all that, but this is the final look. I do really love how it turned out. The colors are very complementary of each other. I will have to say my 2 favorite finds of this whole video has to be the Jessie's Girl eyeliner and the Essence lash primer. These 2 things really stuck out to me. I mean, they were like stars of this, which really, I mean, I have not been able to tight line my eyes like this unless I go underneath. So to be able to tight line them on top and not have to possibly irritate my eyes, that is like so huge for me because I have super sensitive contact wearing eyes. You guys know this. All right, so this is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Right next to it is the notification bell. That bell tells you every time I upload a video. You can also personalize it to your own very own settings and all of that. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. It's kind of chilly here, so yeah, I'm going to try to just stay warm. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, makeup can cover up a whole lot of things. But if you're not beautiful on the inside, chances are it's going to show. Thank you guys again for watching. I love you guys. Take care.